Herzlich willkommen oder willkommen zurück an alle, die schon da waren die ganze Zeit hier. Bei mir sind jetzt wieder Rebecca Lenton und die beiden Uraufführungskomponistinnen des Konzerts jetzt, Leonie und Ying Wang. I'll switch to English since we have a lot of international guests tonight. The Coma All Comers Orchestra is back in Berlin to play a concert together with K&M Berlin and K&M Campus. Coma has been running for 30 years now, you've mentioned it already.
Correct.
Yeah, and it's a huge network of amateur contemporary music ensembles whose roots are in the UK, but there are a lot of ensembles in other countries now, and I think, Rebecca, tonight there are ensembles from the UK and from the Netherlands. Can you tell us who is gathered here?
I will try. I will be corrected if I'm wrong. So we have some Coma London players. We have Coma Maastricht players, Coma Eindhoven, Coma Leeds, Coma York. Is that one? Who have I forgotten?
That's it?
Is that it, I think?
You passed the test.
Oh,
Congratulations. No. Yeah, and we'll hear two first performances in this concert. Elo, your piece is called Interference, and I think it's a term that we predominantly know from physics, right? It's two waves superimposing each other, basically. And for your composition, you've also dealt with radio waves somehow. Is that correct?
Yes, exactly. This piece is actually based on the idea of analog radios, that when you're tuning the dial and you're kind of trying to get a station, but you also get a lot of noise, and sometimes you get two stations or more interfering with each other, and you can hear a bit of something and then a bit of something else, and it's never quite clear what it is. Sometimes there might be some muffled talking, but you can't quite make out the words. But you, for example, you can hear that it's somebody speaking, or you can hear like bits and pieces of music, but you're also not entirely sure, what's the piece or what exactly are you hearing. And yeah, these different radio stations and waves interfering with each other, and I transposed that idea onto the ensemble as well.
Like directly? I mean, did you make a transcription somehow for instruments? How did you do it?
Not exactly a transcription, but I did listen to a lot of sound files of radio noise, and I tried to give the ensemble the opportunity to mimic some of that. But also, because it's an open ensemble, so I couldn't be too specific. So there were ideas that the musicians were free to interpret within the limits of their instrumentation, and because we also have the professional K&M ensemble as a trio here, so they have some more determined material that also comes, not exactly from transcription, but kind of more, let's say, inspired by analog radio noises.
All right, and you have written that the interference is something that can be constructive as well as destructive at the same time. What do you mean by that?
Well, it can be either constructive or destructive. It's from acoustics, when we have two waves interfering with each other. Like if their amplitudes and their peaks are in synchronization, they end up amplifying each other. But if their phase is the other way around, so if one has a peak at the same time as the other one has valley, then they end up cancelling each other.
Yeah.
So that's destructive interference. And sometimes also you can hear that in the ensemble, that maybe there's something that would want to come through more clearly, but another part of the ensemble is then kind of disrupting it with noise, and at some points the both ensembles are more in tune, so you can hear one ensemble getting some harmonies that the other ensemble is then supporting.
Yeah, this might also be a metaphor for a social dynamic, perhaps.
Yes, of course, yeah, as well, yeah.
All right, could you hand the microphone to Amy? We just have two here. So you labeled your piece a sound experiment for 4 musicians and enthusiasts. So what does that mean? What is an experiment in this case, and what type of skills do the enthusiasts have to have?
This is actually difficult to explain because I'm beginning. I don't know. I just know a little bit of 50% for whom I'm writing for. I just know I have some instrument like a guitar, flute, string, and a lot of contrabass. So I'm just writing actually for 4 instruments, and another instrument will be part of the 4 group and follow with the soloist together. So this is I just try to write not too much pitch in the work, and actually contemporary music don't need a lot of pitch, but we just need microtone. And this has happened. This has happened very perfect. Actually, I'm not write a lot of difficult notation, but I think the whole orchestra, more than 30 musicians, gave me a big surprise, and I'm so happy for it.
And Khaled, can you tell us something about the title?
The title is the Chinese Qilin Qihin. Actually, the meaning is an animal. The animal is actually not existed. The animal can alive more than 2,000 years. They can speak, just breathe fire out from the mouth, and they have a heat like a dragon, and have the body like a deer, and 4 paws like horses, and have a tail like a snake. And there's a magical tail, but there's not thing like the Europe. The monsters always best, always the bad animals. But his help, the chilling help the people. The chilling help the people and get good wishes, and help the people just give some surprise, just like the orchestra give to me. So in the piece, I just write a lot of the abstract pictures, like the animal jumping. Like at very beginning, the animal, the chilling is just asleep, it's awake, and then slowly it do some moving from the body. Because the animals just, I think it's all of the animals like some kind of the cat. So for me, it's also in one of the parts, clarinet play melody or play a part with a rhythm. This rhythm continue almost 1 or 2 minutes, just like a cat in the window, just try to catch the sunshine and the point or something. It's very, but the cats. The chilling don't know some some dark power behind him, some dangerous behind him. The whole piece is about, it's quite dramatic. It is about a story about animal just getting up and show his power. What I can do, I can just breathe out fire, and I can also sleeping, and I can just have a very lovely side, and everything will be shown from my old musicians from the far away and our Berlin musicians.
Okay, thank you, Ying Wang. Another 2 important things before we start. The order of the pieces has been changed. The first piece is going to be the piece by Dominic Murcott, the second piece is by Ido Masing, and the last piece is by Ying Wang. And one last information after the concert. If you want, please stay here with us. There'll be then drinks in the bar, which is in the opposite building. And it's a very lovely building and very unmissable place, I would say. So first, enjoy the concert, and thank you.
Because there was also for the British UK flag, it was 2 colors, 3 colors, white, green, and blue. We have all of them here.
That's true. Okay. Thank you. Enjoy.